horsepower Briggs and Stratton flathead engine. In the next few videos, we are going to be restoring this thing to its original condition. It runs pretty good, it looks pretty good, but I'm going to try to restore it as if it was made yesterday. So join me on this adventure and see how it turns out. This thing is in surprisingly good condition despite being older than your parents. I bought this on my local classifieds for about $65, and I bet you could find one cheaper. This one was that price because it had already been partially restored. But we're going to go ahead and open it up in all the ways possible and see how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and remove the 8 head bolts on this thing to just go ahead and see what the condition of the cylinder and piston are in. I have all the head bolts loosened, so I'm going to go ahead and take my drill and put the socket that I was using and go ahead and remove the speed. The head bolt's removed, this piece comes out, and this little stop switch comes out. The one less bolt is this one, and we're going to remove that to free up the head. With that bolt removed, we should be able to, yep. Wow. I was not expecting it to be in that nice of a condition. Well, that's going to make our job a lot easier. If I just go ahead and grab one of these cloths, then we can just wipe it down. Oh, gasket. That cleaned up beautifully. I mean, look at that. Here's the head, and as you can see, when we go ahead and turn it, it exposes the cylinder wall. And this also looks really clean. Hardly anything on it. The valve opened. The valves seem to seal nicely. Not much dirt on them. Pretty clean. That's nice. What we can go ahead and do is check for spark using this trick I found. So if you find a socket the right size for your shaft on your engine, then you can put it in a drill and spin it up. Let's go ahead and do that and see if there's spark. We go ahead and use one of these little adapter pieces that basically turn your drill into an impact wrench that I got at Harbor Freight. Then we can tighten this in here and put on a socket that fits onto your crankshaft. I'm making sure this is on the lower speed setting and rotating counterclockwise the direction of my engine. And if you stick it on the end, you can spin up your engine and see how it's doing. Now if we go ahead and make sure that the spark is sparking, for lack of a better term. Without it shocking you. You can see that the spark is sparking, for lack of a better term again. It's actually a really good spark, which is getting us along our way faster. This is all cleaned up. Now I guess we can go ahead and take the front pull cover off, see how that's doing. One of the bolts for the pull cover is already off, but there's 2 more that we need to undo, so let's see. At this point, the pull cover should come off, so there we go. So there's that. Pulls nicely. I don't think we really need to do anything to that other than paint it in a later video. So, taking a closer look on the inside, it looks like it uses one of these weird flywheel style governors. On the flywheel, it looks like someone replaced the magnet, because if I turn the flywheel, all of it is dark darker, more rusty, except for the one point where the magnet is. So it looks like that part's removable, so you can change it. Good job, whoever I bought this from. This is the little pull start thing, turns one direction, doesn't turn the other one. Not referring to the movie. Looking at the magneto here, it looks like it is in fairly good condition, actually. There we go. A little dusty, but it looks like it is not original with the engine. It might be, it might just be really taken care of, but it looks like it's been replaced probably 20 or so years ago. That's about what it looks like to me. Behind the magneto, in the cooling fins and all that, it's pretty clean. There's a little bit of dust and dirt out there, but I can clean it up real nice. Judging from the spark plug wire here, that has a little bit of red on it, this has probably been painted before. The paint that's on here is probably not original, but it might be, I don't know. Again, this might just be like really good taken care of, but who knows. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the air filter cover so we can access the carburetor and judge its condition, because that's about the most important part. Okay, bolts off, and this comes off. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at the actual air filter before we go any farther. Open this up. Okay, so this is definitely not the original air filter. And I know that because the person I bought it from told me that they replaced the air filter recently, and it definitely looks it. But the rest of it, the bottom of it is a little dirty. The rest of it looks pretty good. Now we can go ahead and look at the carburetor underneath it. And it also looks like it was hit by some of the paint when someone repainted it. You can see the governor arm working there. The throttle plate. This is the little thing that is usually attached to adjust the throttle. It all looks like it's in really good condition. I don't think I'm really going to have to do much to bring this back to its original condition, which is nice because it means less viewing time for you. So, yay. I think this looks really cool. You move this thing here, pulls on the governor. So this pulls the governor, and the governor activates this. And the throttle, the choke, will also, when it's off, activate it a little bit. So you can see that spring stretched out a little bit there, and the governor moved. But as the governor moves, definitely, obviously regulates the throttle. I can attach one of like the bike cable things to regulate the throttle here if I wanted to. Mixture adjustment, looks like that's what that is. Very nice. Some of the newer carburetors, like on the Predator 212. Yeah, I don't see no mixture adjustment there, but this one does. This screw right here is the idle adjustment. This screw down here underneath the throttle plate just regulates the tension on this, how easy it is to turn. This right here looks like it's nice. Whatever this wire thing is, it's just how I got it from the seller. He put it in there probably to just regulate the throttle. And just pull on that. Does all that, but yeah, it looks like right here with the screw is a place where if you put in like a bike cable, you can tighten it down and hold it while it's regulating that, which is nice. Looking inside of it, it looks like whoever owned this took very good care of the carburetor. I don't think there's going to be any need for adjusting that. Looks very good. I want to go ahead and remove the carburetor and exhaust if possible, so that we can access just the main engine block and see what's going on with it. So turn this on its side. Looks like there's just two Phillips head screws right there that we can go ahead and find a screwdriver to undo. There's a Phillips head. We can put that in there. Oh, looks like this is a little small. So I'm impatient and I'm just going to use this big flathead that I have laying around right next to me. One of those are tight. Probably, obviously, got to be tight to hold it a seal. But go ahead and undo that. Just one of the bolts. Looks like just a standard Phillips head, nothing special. And then the other one, that one looks like it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get to. So we're just going to go ahead and, what the heck? Well, good. That looks like that came off. And And you can see the engine block here, the exhaust. That's pretty clean. Looks like there's a stationary gasket. That is one nice thing, because then you don't have to worry about gaskets going everywhere. But if we get that out of here, looks like here's the carburetor. We go ahead and... Oh, okay. Well, zoomed in, here's the carburetor. Looks like one of the old style flat ones without a bowl. So this engine is from the around 1960s to 1970s. So, judging by this thing, here's the throttle plate. If we look down the neck, I don't know if you can see that, and there's the throttle plate. It's pretty hard to see because there's this ridiculous thingy here. But, so as you can see, very good, very well taken care of. Things are falling out everywhere. Anyway, very good condition. I'll just have to either remove the paint or repaint it. We'll see, but that's really nice. If we get the block back in here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure out how to remove the exhaust. By the looks of it, I'm gonna have to take a flathead screwdriver, put it in there, and pound it with a hammer. But we'll see. Screwdriver, hammer. Yep, there we go. Loosened up to the point where I can unscrew it with my hand now. Oh, getting, there we go. Whole muffler just unscrews. Now yes, this thing is pretty old and a little rusty, different from the rest of it, but it still works fine. As you saw from the beginning of the video, it's not very loud. I mean, it's obviously louder than like your standard Honda now or whatever, but not too bad. So there we go, get that out of the way. And now, let's see the engine block in its full glory. So here's the whole piston thing and stuff. Go ahead and put it there and spin it up with the drill again. Decides to not want to. For obvious reasons that you don't know about because you can't see it, but that's out of the way now. Now we can. We'll go ahead and see the valves operating. Yeet. And the piston operating. And if we look in through the sides, don't know if you can see it or not, but when I spin it, you can see, at least in this one, where it opens up, the light goes through it. The light goes through it whenever it opens up, so that's how you can tell it's working. Or you could just look at the top, but that's boring. I want to go ahead and see what kind of valve springs we have in here, so I'm just going to rummage around until I find the right socket. So it's a strange size, okay. Too bad the bolts can't win, but I can. Second bolt almost removed here. And you see it before I do. What kind of springs do we have in there? Looks like just some standard stock Briggs springs. Just the usual, nothing special, but if we go ahead and spin it up again. You can see the springs compressing there. It's kind of cool, but taking a look in there, it just looks like stock springs, so no crazy built Briggs engines like cars and cameras. One thing I'm not going to do is open up the side cover here as much as I want to, but I don't have any replacement gaskets in case I break it, and I don't want to run that risk, so we're just not going to open that. I'm assuming it's fine. It probably is. Here's a really cool shot. If I raise the camera up a little bit like I just did so you can see everything, then if I spin it up you can see everything working. That's cool. So I guess for sake of video length, let's just do a time lapse of me putting the whole thing back together. This will be fun. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end the video here due to time and it's really late outside. So basically in this video what we did was we took it apart and we looked at what we have to work with. In the next few videos we'll be completely restoring it and it won't even look like the same engine, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments. Definitely drop a like and please consider subscribing. Keep a lookout for the next few videos and until then, see you next time. Well, I forgot to loosen that one. Clearly. I'm gonna go ahead and just off camera remove the valves and clean up inside here. Feels pretty rough. Not much exhaust is gonna get through there without this is rolling shutter effect.